Welcome, 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 everybody. We'll get started in a few seconds here. Just waiting for some people to filter in. So we'll give it a minute or two while we are waiting. And so just bear with us while we're getting ready, while we're shuffling the deck. And welcome to those of you who are just jumping in here for a preview. We're going to be doing a collective reading. This collective reading is for those that consider themselves twin flames in separation. After the collective reading, I'll probably answer some questions. In order to ask questions, this would require you to be a subscriber. So with that, let's get started with our collective reading. Remember, this is for those twin flames who are in separation at this now moment. Let's see what's going on with them. So Spirit, what's the energy? First energy that we have is for those that are in separation. Love is not always about agreeing for just the sake of it. A great relationship is one that supports and challenges. And so Spirit is asking a lot of you who consider yourself to be twin flames to go within inside yourself and see, is this relationship truly balanced or is it not? And if it's imbalanced, then you need to figure out how are you going to bring that back into balance, because balance is one of the most important things within a space of a relationship. And remember, for everybody who's just joining, this is twin flames in separation, soulmates in separation, divine counterparts in separation, however you want to label it, your person in separation. We're just going to see what the collective energies are. This is going to have a little bit for anybody who's it's made its awareness in, but take what resonates, leave the rest behind, because it is a collective reading. So Spirit, show me what the overall love energy is for those who are in separation with their person, however they label it. Let's see what the collective energies are for this week. And so we've got 3 cards, and let's start looking at the overall energies. And what we're doing here is we're doing an energy map. So we're going to look at, what's in play, what's not in play, and how do we get to where we want to be. So Spirit is saying for many of you, you've got to really just get into that space of whatever relationship you have, that whether past, present, or future, the relationship that you had that had the right frequency, hold that frequency. And the reason why is because there's a surprise coming in. You may be about to be surprised, and that's if you can find the balance within yourself and you can hold that frequency of what that relationship was when it was in a good place. We see union, right? The union of divine souls. Now, before every twin flame jumps up and down, oh my God, union's coming. Oh my God, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We got to hold our britches here. Let's see what those energies are. Union could just mean that it's you're coming back for another round to see what trauma's next on the list. So let's start looking at those energies. And just remember, this is a preview for those of you who are joining. This is a collective reading for twin flames in separation. So Spirit, show me what other energies are coming in for the twin flame collective for this week. And remember, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's see if we get 2 more cards. All right, thank you, Spirit. And so let's see what we have here. And so Spirit is saying for a lot of you, it's time for you to get into that playful energy, that energy. Let's move it over here so you can see it a little bit better. Time for you to get into that playful energy. And the reason you want to get into that playful energy is because you want to be in that place where the lightness, the happiness can happen. You've got to be able to give that relationship a little bit of a chance. And you've got to bring passion into it. You've got to make sure your heart is open and you're ready to see a union come in. Now, remember we talked about, and Spirit saying this can happen very soon, right? It depends on your energy, it depends on your story. But remember we talked about how this could mean just a reconciliation. So what I'm seeing here is a reconciliation coming in, which means that the energies are there if you've done enough work on yourself, if you found the balance within inside yourself to actually be able to start to see that process of coming back together again. But remember, if you're not in a healed state, you're going to most likely push yourself away again. So let's see what other energies do want to poke out into this reading for this week. But so far, so good. The reading looks good. And remember, this is only for those that are in separation right now. This is a collective reading. I may do some question and answers afterwards, after this live is done here. So let's just we're gonna, we'll see where we go, but you must be a subscriber to ask any questions. And so how do you subscribe? You just hit the follow button, and then you go ahead and hit the star, which is subscriber. So let's see what else is coming on for this collective that is in separation from their person. Spirit, what are we going to do here? Show me some more information. Okay, you threw some more cards out at me. All right, let's see what we've got here for this collective, right? Let's get some more information about what's coming in here. What is this reconciliation / union about? And so for many of you, you left when things got really hard. You decided to work on self, try to find that balance, right? And a lot of you are regretting that you had to get to that space where you guys just couldn't be in the same place. And you're all feeling that absence. You feel like some part of you is missing. And a part of you is never missing. You have to find the wholeness within yourself. And that's why the balance. And these are the energies that pull you away. Now, Spirit's saying uh, also with this, there were a lot of responsibilities. And so all these energies that are kind of tugging at the potential of this relationship are tugging. And if they're not solved, if they're not healed, if they're not resolved, if they're not addressed, they're still going to be tugging. A lot of you are daydreaming. When is that union going to come? You're longing, and you got to get out of that longing, because you've got to find this balance within yourself. You can't be longing. You can only allow for that union, that reconciliation to come in. And that's how you find the balance, by not being in balance, by not pulling it, allow it to attract. With that, we have Spirit saying, give it a chance. There's still hope here, but that hope has to come with your healing. And Spirit says, whatever the destiny is, you're going to have to find that path on your own. So let's see where your blocks are for this relationship, because it looks like we got almost an equal give and take here on the energies. The energies are pretty balanced on. There's a lot tugging, but there's a lot moving forward too. So let's see why it's not moving forward, because that's what we want. We want that balance. And so, Spirit, give me what the blocks are within this space of this reading. And remember, this is a subscription only. So if you do want to comment, if you do want to ask questions later, you do have to be part of my subscriber group to be able to do this. And so, Spirit, what is the blocks to this connection? And Spirit has given us a couple. So one of the big blocks you have here is that you're staying stuck. You're looping. You're looping. And because you're looping, you're saying there's no good ones left. And that's why you're still holding on to this one in the past, because you can't find anything else, because you're stuck here. You're lost in the past. You're holding on to these energies. And everybody that comes in is not compatible for you. And so you keep on looping because you're stuck here. Spirit says you got to release that past. You can't keep on holding on to what was, because what was didn't work. And that's why you're currently in a separation. So what do? You start working on self, you start healing, you start doing things that are going to allow you to let go of that energy. And that's a choice. Healing doesn't happen automatically. Yeah, 9/9 portals coming up. It doesn't mean that this is going to happen for anyone unless you're doing the work. And so let's take a look at what advice does our higher self have to say for those that are in this twin flame, this divine counterpart dynamic. What is it that is going to help you to get to this place, this reconciliation, this union, this balance within self? First thing is connecting to yourself. Let's ignore the angel part of this. We only connect to self here. You've got to connect to self, and you've got to start healing yourself. You have to find the wholeness, the balance, everything within inside self. Start loving yourself some more. Love your journey, because as you love yourself, you start manifesting these wonderful things like that union and reconciliation that you want. But you've got to be You got to be confident in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to allow yourself to be who you truly are, not the stories you keep on giving to everybody else, not the bending, not the dimming of your light for anybody else, but you have to work on self. So now you have the roadmap, right? When you know what's wrong, you know what's in the energies. The energies are really amazing. You can get to that space, but now let's what's keeping you stuck. Now, what is it that, what's the time frame on this? Let's take a look at the time frame. When is that union? When is that reconciliation? And just remember, this is a collective reading. This is subscriber only content. So if you're watching on the preview, welcome. Consider joining for the subscriber only content. If at the end of this you have questions and you're a subscriber, well, guess what? You also get to ask a few questions, and I will field a few romance questions on subscriber only lives. And so with that, let's see what else we have going on here. Spirit, when will the timing of this? When can we see this union, this reconciliation? What's the timelines that are available? So we've got a couple timelines that shot out, and let's see what they are. So for many of you, the time has been frozen. That's the wrong time. And why is it the wrong time? Because you haven't chosen to work on yourself. Like I say, you're still stuck. It's time for you to go within. It's time for you to connect to yourself. It's time to find the love within yourself. Trust yourself. Have confidence in within yourself. Get out of this energy to move to this energy. So it's frozen until you choose. It's always a choice. We have next fall, and guess what? We're in September, so this is really close, people. For those that have been doing the work, that have been letting go, that have allowed these energies to go through. And the third timeline we have is June. So depending upon where you are in your cycle, these are the three timelines that are kind of gelling right now. Remember, no timeline is set in stone. These are things that happen based on what your choices are in every now moment and what the collective's choice is. Remember, this is a collective reading, which is why we're seeing multiple timelines, because your story may fit one of three different timelines that are forming right now. And so with that, that is the reading. That's what's going on with the collective that's in separation. That's the timeline. Choose which one you are, but if you haven't done any work, you've got a while to go. Those who have started doing the work and have been doing the work for a while on themselves and chosen themselves, well, it's coming right up. It's September 1st, the 21st of September is when fall hits. So you have all those months of fall until winter where this can happen. Otherwise, you got next summer. So with that, those are the readings. If there are any subscribers, anybody who would like to get an answer, please do put your question into the comments. I am fielding questions for anybody who is subscribing to the channel now. So if you have your own question for your own situation, I will be pulling some cards for the subscriber only lives. I do pull a few romance cards. I won't do a full relationship reading, but I will pull some romance cards for anybody who is a subscriber. And so with that, I'll give it a few seconds here to see if any subscribers jump in with a question. If you're just watching on the live preview, this is some of the subscriber content. This is a reading of where the twin flame, divine counterparts, your person in separation, however you want to label it, is sitting right now. There's something in here for everyone in the collective, and this is the only content that you're going to get if you're a subscriber. I'm not publishing this out. So with that, I'm going to give everybody the last chance for a question, and then I am going to end this live. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you at the next reading. Cheers.